Well, it was bound to happen one day. This house that I did this mini split systems in is having a bit of a communication error. And if you saw my previous video, you saw that I had to work with what was there, which was a nightmare of wiring. So now it's bugging out. It's giving like the customer was saying 88%. It says 88% error on the error code, but it's just the screen just goes berserk and just everything lights up, so it looks like 88. But I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna run a new wire. I'm going to run it exposed just to test out the theory. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is, and then I'm gonna tell them to use it for a few days and let me know that if it did the error code again or if it worked. If it worked, then there's no attic, there's no basement, nothing there, so I'm gonna have to run one of those hide a wire little tracks that people use to hide like computer cables or extension cords. I'm gonna have to run one of those. I didn't want to, that's why I was using the existing wires, but it doesn't always work out your way. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link of this installation so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so there is a unit. Alright, so I had to I was gonna go through here temporarily, but I ended up pulling this down, and I don't know if you can see in there. And I did it. I ended up taping it to that existing cable wires. I just taped it and I pulled it. When I pulled it, it came with it. So my fish tape didn't want to make those turns, so I was able to pull it with that. Alright, so new wires connected here. I'm gonna screw this back on, and then I'm gonna go inside and connect the control wires to the indoor unit. Alright, now I'm gonna take off the housing to make it easier to connect the wires. And then I also gotta cut out one of the little notches so that the cable can go in through the side. Alright, so it's all wired. Alright, boys and girls, moment of truth. I wired everything. Now I'm gonna pop the breaker back in. Disconnect. Service, disconnect back in. Listening to the clickety noises. Thing sounds okay. I'm gonna go see if the unit turns on. Am I holding the right one? Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah. Alright. Oh, it's not doing anything yet. It's not doing anything. Alright. We're back in action. Alright, so I had a little hiccup. I don't know why I thought that the number 3 was the communication wire. But it was not. It's number 2 on this one. Alright, quick update. Customer called back. Guess what? Same problem. Unit starts buzzing and it stops working. So I decided to call tech support. Tech support said, remove the pump, put a new one. That should fix it, because there's nothing in the unit that should buzz. So it has to be the pump. I decided not to do that. I decided to go ahead and do the gravity drain. I did test it by pouring some water in there, and that's where we're at right now. Let me know in the comments if you would have done the drain this way. Tested. Called tech support and they said, take off the pump. The pump's causing the problems. So I didn't want to use a pump because there's very little pitch here. But I put a clamp there. I tested it with water. And then I'm going to put that little white thing. I'm going to put it back so that it doesn't look ugly. Okay. Hopefully that's it. They called me. I was so sad when they called me and told me that it was buzzing again. So when I spoke with tech support, they said there's nothing in these units that buzzes, so it has to be the pump. Now you know the rest of the story.